Galactic
Are
City,
you serious?
behind the
It is
scenes, a
showtime,
Step Movie
baby.
production.
Here we go.
Hello, I'm Q. As you know, you've seen me before in such Super Friends spin-offs such as The Best of Ghetto Confessions Volume 1 and 2, and in fact, the Galactic City Festival starring me and some other special guests. Well, if you've seen those videos, then you're in for a treat, because this is another Super Friends spin-off where we will take a spin around Galactic City. There's more than meets the eye of the Super Friends just battling the NSF, or the evil Emperor, or any of his assassin army. But there's more people living in Galactic City than you think, such as the ghetto people and the people who walk around the streets aimlessly all day. So I hope you enjoy this following video. Hello, I'm Q again. This is the command room of the Hall of Justice, the headquarters of the Super Friends. This has been hosted by such superheroes as Dud Lyman, Captain Armor, The Buzz, Mr. Strong, Mr. J, Justice Pal, Static Cling, Cowman, and the number 7, Speed Demon, Speed Bump, and so many more. But before we get, and many of you say, how did the Hall of Justice even come around? Well, I'll tell you something. The Hall of Justice wasn't the Hall of Justice in the beginning. It was just an abandoned building, being ready to be destroyed by the mayor's evil demolition crew. But luckily, a man by the name of Captain Armor got a loan from the bank and got this building. And in order to pay off the loan, he has been charging people to save their city from evildoers, and that's how he's been able to pay off the loan for the bank. Anyway, now, without any further interruptions, we will begin the tour of the city, of Galactic City. Yes. The Newhart International Airport in Delhi. This was named after Bob Newhart because, well, he's quite a celebrity here in Galactic City. Everybody just loves talking about Newhart. Yes, they love his show, and they've named this airport after him because we all know Newhart likes flying. Now, this airport is funded by the evil Emperor, but does it really come from the Emperor's wallet? Well, no. It actually comes from the Bank of Galactic City, which is owned by the Emperor. But, in other words, it does come from the Emperor's wallet. But the people of Galactic City couldn't be even more pleased with this airport, even though there is not enough room for it to actually become a global airport where it's a lot of people. We have two vehicles, the Super Weapon and the Millennium Falcon. So far, are you impressed? You're not. You're wondering why the city hasn't been bankrupt yet. Well, I'll tell you something. The only reason this city isn't bankrupt yet is because of one building, one restaurant that has saved this city from so many economic problems. We call it the Outback Steakhouse. I'm Q again, and welcome to the Outback Steakhouse. Opened in 1974, and it has thrived in its first year ever, and it has saved the city from so many economic problems. I'm here with a local celebrity, Coach Wittenberg, of the Michigan State Spartans, who coached other local celebrities such as Captain Armor and Dod Lyman on his college football team back in the old days. Isn't that right, Coach Wittenberg?
You are correct.
So, Coach, are you impressed well, you must be disappointed of the Super Friends like Captain Armor and Dod Lyman being such good football players and all, failing miserably and now are not football players anymore.
I'm just proud to have known them. Whether or not they play well in the field will be disputed someday. But not now. Rah!
Yes. Well, Coach, are you impressed with the city?
No!
What do you mean no?
You heard me, boy?
Coach Wittenberg, you forgot in 1972 to attract more tourists and help the city from its economic problems before the Outback Steakhouse was born. The Emperor passed a crazy law called the Tourist Say Yes Plan, saying that all tourists in the city must congratulate and not, and I mean not insult the city in any way. And my friend, it's still in effect. I know it's a crazy law, Coach Wittenberg, but somebody's got to. And I'm back. Today, right now, we're here with a local celebrity in his own right. Here at the world's famous KGB Farms Industrial. It's the only business still alive in Galactic City that believes in the old days of communism.
Communism, it is not old. Communism, it is the future. Long live Russia!
I don't know, and this is Captain Communism, the only communist left in Galactic City.
Aye, but my party will grow. We will take over the capitalist government and rule America forever!
I hate to say it, Captain Communism, but communism has failed. Just look at the Soviet Union and the possible downfall of China when the year 2000 comes. Look at North Korea and Cuba and Vietnam. They're the only communist countries left in the world.
Yes, but we will rise up and destroy America! Communist pig.
America's much too powerful to be destroyed by a little absent-minded little boy like yourself.
We'll see about that.
How old are you, anyway?
I don't know.
One place more filthy than the Aussie Burgers kitchens. That is the filthy ghettos. Ran by all the scum in Galactic City. Hello, I'm Q again, and welcome. And you see, this is the ghettos, filled with all the lowlifes, the wannabes, and the has-beens of Galactic City. Some of them are old, some of them are new, some of them are just willing to just do anything for a piece of bread, or to get that last newspaper on the stand. Anyway, I am right beside the statue dedicated to the Super Friends who have died after the burning of the Aussie Burger. Now this statue was built by 5 men and took construction of 6 months. It is very realistic, don't you think? Yes. This is where the Aussie Burger once was, where their bodies were burned to ashes, along with the Aussie Burger. This is a memorial, and it is dedicated as one of the most popular tourist attractions around, ever since the Outback Steakhouse. I'm Q again, and, well, you probably think by now that Galactic City is filled with a bunch of non-religious scum. Well, you're wrong. Very wrong. In fact, we have a church. It's called the First Church of Christ, and it's the only church in Galactic City. Now you're saying, wait a minute. Are you saying Galactic City is filled with Christians? Yes and no. Most of the population is filled with religious people. But that's the problem. There's only one church, so we'll have to improvise. Christians, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, all sorts of people come here and worship God or whatever God they worship. And this is the First Church of Christ. And this is the leader of the church, Reverend Ping Wong Jackson, yes. And anyway, well, Ping Wong Jackson, Reverend, how do you think of this church so far? Oh? Well, you must see some crazy people around here, don't you? I see. Well, this is all from the First Church of Christ. I thank you, and I am Q, signing off. Well, Q again, and welcome back. I'm on top of the roof of the Speed car lot, which sells new and used cars. Actually, just used cars. This used to be ran by Speed Demon and Speed Bump, but as you remember, it was bought by the failing group of the NSF. But the NSF are not here anymore. So, this is a vacant lot, so to speak. And we have gotten permission from the government to film here, since it's now controlled by the government, because no one has claimed it. But it is vacant, I do believe. But there are still valuable used cars here, which have not been known before. And this Speed car lot is also one of the many businesses that keeps the city from going bankrupt. Welcome back to Galactic City Behind the Scenes, starring me, Q. I'm atop Twin Towers, one of the many famous features of Galactic City. I personally don't know much about it, but I do believe it's just one of the many businesses that once again saved the city from bankruptcy. Well, I'm Q again, and I'm back. I'm on top of the E&E Construction and Demolition Company, founded by Robert Johnson Jackson Sr. in 1950. This historic company was the first company to ever build Galactic City. Oh, sure, Galactic City was a town when this was built, but it actually boosted the city to become a city. It built such landmarks, such as Amish farms and the Hall of Justice. But I'm also sorry to say that it also destroyed many famous landmarks from around the world, including right here in this city. You see where the post office used to be? Is right now? Well, there was a giant rock there once, filled with some ancient skeletons of bacterium. But the emperor said, nah, this isn't historic, and he tore it down, just like that. And now I'm going to ask a few local celebrities, yes, of what they think. So, Grasshopper Guy, what do you think of the E&E Construction and or Demolition Company?
Pays the bills.
So you work here.
I steal from here.
So you're homeless.
I'm hungry.
That's not good.
Lord.
And question mark man, do you have anything to say about this? Yes, I do. Riddle me this, riddle me that. I don't do riddles, do I? No, you don't, question mark man. You don't have to work on your riddle/questions, because you're a wannabe. And anyway, so what do you actually think of the E&E Construction and or Demolition Company? Well, it has boosted our economy to the greatest. No one opposes the emperor anymore, because the economy is so good. So good. No one can oppose them. And that's why the Super Friends are having so much trouble. So much trouble.
Ugh! Galactic City! Hear me! I am the Blob! I eat, I kill, and I eat more! No one can defeat me! Ah! Ha ha ha! Ah ha ha ha!
That wasn't part of the show. Don't you think, guys?
Ah! But I am so quick, I'm back again! Prepare to die! Ah! Curse me in my off-shot!
I know something. His name is terrible. Very terrible. What can we do? The Super Friends are trapped somewhere.
Excellent! The world is mine! Ugh!
Wow, that wasn't very nice.
Wait, citizens! I can stop him! The power of Black Lightning is in me! Oh!
Oh, this is interesting. Let's watch him duel.
Ah! I will destroy you! Ah, no. I will defeat you! Ah, yes! I reign supreme!
You showed him hot chocolate.
Yes! Away to my hidden palace of Amish wonder! Whoosh! Ah! Oh! Ah! Ah!
That makes me wonder. Could that be Ezekiel Hezekiah, the Amish man who believes technology is evil?
Foreshadowing.
Well, this is very interesting, don't you think?
I guess. That was quite an interesting show. Hot chocolate sounds like a great superhero.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yes. Blah!
Oh no, it's the Blob!
Blah!
It's the Blob! What do you expect?
Blah! I will destroy you all! Excuse me, I have to make a phone call. The end. I think his days of fighting are through.
Thank you, Hot Chocolate. I had a fun day. This day was sure interesting. But we have to owe today to Hot Chocolate for defeating the evil Blob.
Thank you. It's all a day's work for a sexy ladies man like myself.
But let me ask you something, Hot Chocolate. If you're such a great superhero, and I know you are, why aren't you part of the Super Friends?
I'm sorry, but I'm a mercenary. I work alone.
But, Hot Chocolate, I must ask you one thing. Something similar about you and Ezekiel Hezekiah.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
He's a hip cat, but nothing like me.
I guess so. Well, that wraps it up here. So long. I'm Q, and this is Hot Chocolate. So long from the Galactic City behind the scenes.